You're listening to the Marne Report.
Hey, Fort Stewart and Hunter Army Airfield. It's Brian Lunn here with another edition of the Marne Report Podcast. And today we got a full house, our EFMP friends over here. So today we have Jenny Walker, our EFMP manager.
Hey, Fort Stewart.
And we also have Craig Wilson, our EFMP system navigator.
Hello there, Fort Stewart.
Yes. How you guys doing this morning?
I'm doing really well, Brian. How are you?
Oh, man, it gets better every day.
Yeah, no, I'm doing great. It's great to see you guys again. It's been a while since I've talked to you guys, so I'm excited to dive into all things EFMP. But before we get into that, can you just tell a little bit about what you do around the Rock?
Okay, well, I'm a systems navigator, and as a systems navigator, I help soldiers and their families find resources that they need for their families with exceptional needs, whether it's special education or medical.
Okay. And can you remind the people, Jenny, I know you've been on here before, but can you remind the people what you do around the Rock as well?
I'm the EFMP Family Support Manager for Fort Stewart and Hunter Army Airfield. There are 3 different facets to EFMP. So there's the HRC EFMP. They're the ones that decide the assignments. The medical EFMP, they are the guys that do the enrollments, disenrollments. They code your records so that when HRC is doing your assignments, they know that you need certain things at the duty stations you're going to. And then where my team comes in is when you are here on Fort Stewart, it is our job to make sure that the post, any events are accessible to your family members, and also to make sure that you have all the resources and supports that you need. So if you need help finding certain specialized medical treatment, we're going to help you find out where that's at in the community. If you need ABA therapies, we've got a list of providers that we know of. We'll help you through that. We've helped people find equestrian therapy. We've helped people with all kinds of different needs. And I always say, I can have 5 EFMP families with the exact same diagnosis and age groups, and they are 5 separate, very different families because nobody fits into a box. So we are here to make sure that we tailor needs to your specific family, and we're here to help in any way that we can.
Yes, man, that's great. So last time I had you on the podcast, we had family swim days, right?
Yeah, those went really well this summer.
Talk to me. How has life over at EFMP been since the last time we talked?
It stays busy. We've got about 1,550 families enrolled, and that's just Fort Stewart alone. That's not counting families in Florida that are under our MTF and families out of Hunter Army Airfield. So we've got about 2,000 EFMs, that's exceptional family members, right here on the installation. So we stay busy. We do the 101 briefings, which are our PCS briefs to make sure soldiers have everything lined up before they PCS. We want to make sure they don't run into any hiccups or have any surprises or anything, and that they understand the process, especially if they have family members that need to be enrolled in EFMP. And we also do the day 1 briefing. The only days we don't do day 1 is when they have that large community fair, but we go in every day just to make sure that they know the EFMP is here, what we do, and how to contact us.
Yes, ma'am. And you said that the summer swim days went well. So, to my knowledge, we have some more events coming up. We have the EFMP Safety Day.
Yes, we are really excited about that. Yes. So we've partnered with DES, the fire department. We've gotten some people from the EMS services out of the hospital. And what we're doing is we're meeting up at the SF TAC building. That's building 4973. Most people know it as the SFAC. It used to be just for the SRU soldiers, but we are not in a wartime situation. So we wanted to make sure that we were still available to that population, but we also wanted to make sure that we had some transition services in there and some ACS programs. That's why EFMP is there. And so anyways, we're going to be down at building 4973. There's going to be firefighters with the fire truck there. There's going to be MPs with the MP vehicles there. We're going to have ambulances there, and we're also going to have tables set up. Liberty County is coming out with sniff kits, and what those are is if we've got children that are prone to elopement, and we do have a lot of that in the EFMP community. And I'm going to kind of paraphrase this. My apologies to Liberty County and anybody that does this and knows how it really works. What I understand of it is they take like a cloth, they get the child's scent on the cloth, they seal it in a canister, and then if that child ever goes missing, they can give it to the scent dogs to try to track down. Okay. And it works with our elder population too. If you've got someone that tends to wander or anybody with severe mental health issues that may not know and wander away, that's one way we can try to locate them if they were to ever elope or get away from us.
No, that's really cool. And so to the Safety Day, can you talk about what are some of the concerns that the Safety Day is here to address?
Well, we want to make sure that people know how to plan and prepare for emergencies. Around Fort Stewart area, there's plenty of hurricanes and tornadoes and things of that nature. We want to make sure that families are prepared for situations such as those and able to be ready, whether they have to get their non-perishables in order, the canned goods and whatever. You just don't know. You never know.
You did mention earlier that there were firefighters that are going to be there. Can you give us a look about, is there going to be more people, or is it just firefighters, or are there going to be...
Firefighters, police officers,
Yes,
EMS with the ambulances. We'll have, I believe it's the Liberty County Sheriff's Department that's going to be out there with those scent kits. We're also going to have the Red Cross. They do something called the Pillow Project, and it's where they teach kids, listen, if you got to pack up and go like right now, what are the things that you have to have with you? And so they kind of have a little go bag that they've decorated themselves.
Nice.
I think that's brilliant. What can you throw in a pillowcase to get out quickly? The other purpose behind this too is we have some children and even some adult EFMs that have sensory issues. We've got some people that don't know. It can be very intimidating if you don't know that law enforcement is there to help or that firefighters are there to help. And if you're in a situation where the house is burning down and you've got a kiddo that maybe has earphones on all the time because of sensory issues and they tend to go and hide in those situations, we want them to know that law enforcement, firefighters, EMS, they're not to be feared. They're nobody to be worried about. They are here to help, and they're friendly and they're here to help you. They're not here to be a detriment to you, and they're nothing to be afraid of. So we don't want family members, especially small children, running away from emergency services personnel in an emergency situation.
Of course, no, I love that. So from my understanding, this is not the first time you guys have done this safety day, right?
Actually, this is the first time we're doing it this way. We have previously, and it was pre-COVID actually, we would get together and do emergency preparedness days, which was along the same lines. This came out of, we know that we've got some EFMs that they tend towards elopement, and we don't want them to be fearful of law enforcement. We also don't want parents to be fearful of law enforcement if they've got to go looking for your child. And it's a way for law enforcement to interact with our families that have special needs as well, because not everybody understands autism. Not everybody understands the sensory issues. Not everybody is going to immediately look at a child and say, oh, maybe there's something going on there that's, maybe this kid is not leaning towards criminal behavior or meaning to be aggressive. They might be afraid. Right. They might be scared. They might not understand the situation. So this is a really good way for our family members and our law enforcement, emergency services, first responders to interact together and kind of get to know each other's populations a little better.
Yes, ma'am. And this is exclusively an EFMP event, right?
We try to keep it to just EFMP. And the reason that we do that is, again, because of those sensory issues and things, because those larger post-wide events, I can't speak for everybody. One post-wide trunk or treat, and I was like, okay, that's too much even for me, and I like loud music and all kinds of things, but it was flashing lights and loud music and smoke, and oh my goodness. So we try to keep it low-key, and we do that just to make it friendly for everybody. And MWR is phenomenal. Whenever there are events on post, they make sure that our families have space. They make sure that it's accessible, that our families go in early to kind of meet those needs, but you cannot always control the sound level and the noise and the goings on. So we do try to do low-key events throughout the year so that our more sensory-prone individuals have a place to go that's just for them.
Yes, ma'am. And so just to wrap up this safety day, again, can you hint on when is the EFMP Safety Day again?
It's going to be on 19th September for Fort Stewart, and it's going to be on the 18th at Hunter.
And what time is it going to be at?
5:30 to 7 p.m. Both days.
Okay, guys. So you guys make sure that you're coming out, and this is only one of a lot of events that are coming up. So
yes,
let's get into, as we look forward a little bit past this, what do we have coming up in the near future?
Well, we have our annual trunk or treat, and we are so excited about that. Even when COVID had us shut down, we had trunk or treat. That was a feat, and we got really wet that year because it was downpouring rain, and we still had. We did a drive-through trunk or treat that year, but I digress. I'm sorry. No. I get excited because trunk or treat is our biggest event. It's a lot of fun. We had a lot of partners that come out from the community, so we try to make it a mini resource fair on top of an EFMP event. So we have ABA providers that come out. We are out there. We've got people on post that partner with us that are out there, and it's a way for families, again, to interact with those agencies that can help them. We don't endorse anybody. We just make it available to them, and families can go one-to-one with these agencies. And some families that are looking for resources, that's a great way for them to find them. And plus, we all get to have group costumes and dress up and decorate our trunks, and there's music, and we have a really good time.
Have you guys started thinking about what are we wearing this year?
What did we say we were wearing this year?
Should we give it away?
Well, we commit to it now. If we put it out on the air, then we're committed.
Are we committing right now? What are we doing?
We're going to be pirates.
Pirates.
That's right. Okay. We're going to be pirates. And I'm wearing the boots for it today. So yes.
Okay. We'll make sure we're looking out for that. So music, games, candy. Sounds like a lot of fun. This is going to be, do we have a date yet for this? Or?
We do. It's going to be on the 26th. Halloween, normally we do this on a Thursday evening. Halloween coincided with that, and we didn't want to interrupt anybody's festivities or what they were doing, and safety reasons, because it does get dark a little earlier that time of year. So we're going to be doing it on a Saturday from 2 to 4 p.m. and again down at the SVAC building that at 4973 on Niles Avenue.
Great. So we'll make sure that we're putting that message out, and we're gonna be looking forward to those pirate costumes. Anything else that you would like to talk about?
The only other thing we have coming up is we're going to start a quarterly Sensory Saturday event, and that's going to be coming up in November. We'll get the advertising out for that shortly. I don't remember the exact day. I want to say it was the 8th, but let me not put out bad information on the air. Okay. But we are going to be doing Sensory Saturday, and we're excited about that, too. It's another venue where our partners come in. Everybody does a sensory activity. We are making slime, so everybody's super excited to just get knee-deep in some slime. And I think we've got 2 different slime recipes, one with shaving cream and one with glue. So we're going to be a big sticky mess at this thing. But it's a lot of fun for the kiddos, and sensory is so important for our kids, especially the ones with the sensory processing disorders, our autistic kiddos. It's good for them to get out and, and there's musical elements and there's slime elements, and so all the sensory things. So we're excited about that.
And that's a fun event, right? Because it's not just a one-time thing. This is going to be something that's going to be...
We're going to do that every quarter, so that there will be something every quarter for our EFMs to go to.
Oh, that's great. So I guess as we wrap up this podcast, is there anything else you guys would like to talk about? Anything else we haven't hit on today?
No, I'm good. I think we covered a lot of things. The main thing right now is that DES safety event is coming up on the 18th and 19th, and I really want to see everybody come out, interact with law enforcement, and we can all learn from each other.
Yeah, no, there's going to be a really great event. You guys are the best, and hosting these events are always the best.
Thank you for noticing, Brian. We appreciate that.
Okay, guys. Well, that's going to be a wrap on another edition of the Marne Report Podcast. Jenny, Craig, thank you guys for being great. I appreciate everything you guys do, and see you guys next week.
Thank you.
Take care now.
The Digital Garrison app is your one-stop source for all things Fort Stewart Hunter Army Airfield. With the DG at your fingertips, you'll never miss out on upcoming events, installation updates, facility and gate information, weather, shopping, and so much more. Digital Garrison is free from your phone's app store. Download today.